This should have worked out. I should be further along by now. They should have treated me better. Do you notice the pattern? Every thought starts with should. And every should is keeping you trapped, not in what happened, but in an imaginary version of how things were supposed to go. The reality is your marriage ended, your career changed, the relationship didn't last. But your mind won't accept that. It keeps arguing it should have been different. Now this is the third step of the C.A.L.M method, let go. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to recognize when your mind is clinging to how things should be and how to release that grip so you can actually deal with what's happening. So let's go. Let go means to release your running commentary about the situation. When you're in identity crisis, like a divorce, a job loss, major life change, your mind just doesn't observe what happens, it judges, it evaluates, it compares reality to some imaginary version where things went differently. My marriage should have lasted. My career should have gone this way. My life should look like this by now, but reality doesn't care about should. What happened, happened, and while you're busy arguing with that fact, you're missing the only moment where you actually have power right now. Let go is how you stop fighting the unchangeable past and start responding to the present. But here's what let go does not mean. Suppressing your authentic feelings, neglecting your needs or self-care, becoming passive or giving up, or saying everything's fine when it's not. Let go means noticing when your reactions are driven by old stories about how things should be, rather than present wisdom about how things actually are. So why does your mind do this? Because should thinking feels like control. If your relationship ended, your mind thinks, if I can keep replaying how it should have gone, maybe I can learn to prevent this next time. If you lost your job, if I just understand what should have been done differently, I can fix this. But should doesn't give you control, it keeps you stuck in the past. And while you're busy rewriting history in your head, you're not addressing what you actually need to do today. And let go is how you break that cycle. So here's how to practice it. Step 1, catch the should. Listen for these phrases in your self-talk. This shouldn't be happening. I should have known better. They should have done X. My life should look like this. I should be over this by now. Every should is your mind comparing reality to an imaginary standard. Step 2, notice what you're clinging to. Ask yourself, what am I trying to control with this should? Usually it's one of three things. An outcome, like my marriage should have lasted, means clinging to how things turned out. Others' behavior. They should have treated me better, is trying to control someone else's choices. Or timeline. I should be over this by now, judging your own healing process. You can't control outcomes, and you can't control others, and you can't rush healing. Step 3 is gently release the grip. Now this isn't about forcing yourself to feel okay, it's about loosening your mental hold on the should. So try this reframe. Instead of this should have worked out, try this didn't work out, that's what's real. Instead of I should be over this, try I'm where I am, that's okay. Instead of they should have been different, try they were who they were and I can only control my response. You're not saying it's fair, you're not saying it's good, you're just acknowledging this is what's actually true. Now I know what you might be thinking. But what if I'm right? What if it really should have been different? And you might be absolutely right. Maybe your boss was unfair. Maybe your ex broke promises. Maybe you deserved better treatment. And maybe the situation was genuinely unjust. But here's the thing, being right doesn't change what happened. And clinging to I was right keeps you trapped just as much as any other should. You can be right and still be stuck. You can be right and still be suffering. Let go doesn't mean you are wrong. It means even if you are right about how things should have been, that doesn't change what actually is. Another resistance you might feel, isn't this just accepting defeat? Just rolling over? And no, let go isn't passive. It's actually the opposite. While you're arguing with what's happened, you can't respond to what's happening now. You're stuck in the past, fighting a battle that's already over. Letting go of this should have worked out frees you to ask, what do I actually need to do today? That's not weakness, that's power. That's the only place real change happens. So let me show you what this looks like across a couple different situations. Example one is a job loss. Say you got laid off like 3 months ago. Every morning you wake up thinking, I should have seen this coming. I should have been better at my job. I should have networked more. That's the running commentary. Now here's what changes when you practice let go. You wake up, same painful reality, but instead of I should have seen this coming, you notice that's my mind clinging to the past. You catch the should. I should have been better. You ask, what am I clinging to? Control. The belief that if I'd done something different, I could have prevented this. And then you gently release. I can't change what happened. I can only respond to what's true now. And from that place, you can ask, what do I actually need to do today? Maybe update your resume. Maybe reach out to a contact. Maybe rest because you're exhausted from beating yourself up. You can't do any of that while you're trapped in should have. Let go doesn't make the job loss painless. It stops you from adding unnecessary suffering to an already difficult situation. Another example, a divorce. Let's say your marriage ended 2 years ago. You still think it should have lasted. We should have been able to work it out. I should have tried harder. They should have been more committed. Catch the shoulds. Every one of those thoughts is clinging. And what are you clinging to? The outcome, the story of how your life was supposed to go, the identity you had as a married person. Gently release. My marriage ended. That's what's real. I can't control what my ex chose to do. I can only control how I move forward now. That doesn't mean you weren't hurt. It doesn't mean they didn't make mistakes. It just means you stop fighting the fact that it happened. One more example, relationship or a friendship ending. Someone you trusted wasn't there when you needed them. You keep thinking, they should have shown up for me. They should have been a better friend. They should have cared more. Catch the should. They should have been there. What are you clinging to? Others' behavior. You're trying to control someone else's choices, their capacity, their emotional availability. And gently release. They were who they were. I can't make them be different. I can only control my response, including whether I keep this person in my life or create distance. Let go doesn't mean tolerating poor treatment. It means stop waiting for them to become who you needed them to be. They showed you who they are. Believe them. And 2 common mistakes with let go. Mistake number 1 is confusing letting go with accepting harm. Let go is not, I should just tolerate this abusive situation. Let go is, the situation is real, I need to protect myself. If someone is treating you poorly, letting go of they should be different doesn't mean staying. It means they are who they are. I can't change them. I can only change my response, including leaving. Mistake 2, using should on yourself for having shoulds. So don't beat yourself up for should thinking. The irony is people catch themselves thinking should and immediately think, I shouldn't be thinking this way. That's just another should. Let go is gentle. When you catch a should, just notice it. Oh, there's my mind clinging again. No judgment, just awareness. There's also a deeper layer to let go. Your mind doesn't just cling to shoulds about situations. It clings to validation from others. Do they think I'm doing okay? Did I say the right thing? What will people think if I do this? This is seeking external approval to define your worth. And here's why this intensifies during identity crisis. When your identity shatters through divorce, job loss, illness, or major life change, you lose your internal reference point. You used to know who you were. Married person, career professional, healthy person. That role gave you stability, and now that's gone, and your mind panics. Who am I now? So it desperately seeks external confirmation. Am I okay? Am I doing this right? Do people think I'm handling this well? And am I recovering fast enough? But here's the trap. The more you seek that validation, the less present you are to your actual experience. You're performing recovery rather than living it. You're trying to meet some imaginary standard of doing identity crisis right. And that's just another form of should, thinking I should be handling this better. I should look like I have it together. I should be inspiring others with my resilience. Let go includes releasing the need for others to approve of your healing timeline, your choices, your new identity. Your worth isn't determined by how successful you appear, whether others approve of your choices, how quickly you bounce back, whether you meet some imaginary standard. Your worth exists independent of outcomes. Let go means I'm doing my best with what I have, and that's enough. Okay, so here's what we've covered. Let go is step 3 of the C.A.L.M method. It means release your running commentary about how things should be or should have been. It does not mean suppressing your needs, accepting harm, or becoming passive. It means noticing when you're clinging to imaginary versions of reality and gently releasing that grip so you can respond to what's actually here. And again, the 3 steps. 1 is catch the should, 2 is notice what you're clinging to, and 3 is gently release the grip with a reframe. And remember, being right about how things should have been doesn't free you. Only releasing the fight does. So the next video is going to be step 4, and that's move forward. Because once you've connected with what's happening, allowed reality to be real, and let go of the shoulds, you still have to figure out what to do. How do you take action when your old identity is gone? How do you make decisions when you don't know who you are anymore? How do you move forward without clarity? And that's where everything comes together, and that's what we're covering next Sunday. If you're navigating identity crisis right now, divorce, job loss, major life change, I wrote a book that teaches the complete C.A.L.M method, plus 11 additional practices for rebuilding your sense of self. It's called From Reactive to Resilient, Practical Awareness for Major Life Changes. It launches January 13th. You can pre-order now on Amazon, or download a chapter for free at reactivetoresilient.com. The book gives you what this video can't: the complete framework, detailed practices, research backing, and a systematic path through identity crisis. If this video helped, let me know in the comments. What should are you clinging to right now? What would change if you let it go? I'll see you next Sunday for step 4, move forward.